everybody. It's another episode of Wine Hops and Road Stops, and we have a loaded show today with a lot of things that we have to go through and a lot of things we have to get to. So we're going to just fire them off as fast as possible and get the information to you, right?
Yeah.
First of all, I got to introduce my wife, my best friend, the co-host, Desiree. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
A little hot, but
Yes.
pretty good.
It is a little hot. It's hot enough that we got some Fireball here if you want some.
All right.
Yeah. You hate Fireball. Yeah, Fireball.
I don't mind Fireball.
All right, so let's get to the show right away. We're going to start the show a little different because we do have a road stop. We do have an interview to get through, but we also have a question for Des in the Dear Des segment, which we usually do towards the end of the show, but we're going to do it right now in the first segment to get through it, and also not that it's not important because it is.
Oh yeah.
But we don't want to save it to the end of the show. We're going to do it right now. And if you do have a question for Des, the best way to do it is you could send it direct message through our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/winehops and roadstops. So here we go. Dear Des, I am trying to lose weight and counting calories. I'm not a fan of light beer, as it usually tastes watered down. Do you have any advice for low-cal beer or drinks that aren't weak? Sincerely, No Watery Beer Wendy. Well, that's a really good question. Perfect for the summertime. We're right in the middle of the summer. People are watching, their calories, or they're watching, their carbs. But you don't have to sacrifice like good tasting beer. Really. Like the first one that comes to mind. And a lot of people don't know this. A 12-ounce serving of Guinness will only set you back about 125 calories. That's just 15 more than the same serving of Bud Light.
I bet most people didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Guinness and you're like, oh god, that's a thick beer. That's going to be like 1,000 calories right there pouring down my throat. No, not really. No. So there's a few others. Lagunitas Daytime IPA, 98 calories, 4%. It's a refreshing hoppy light IPA. Frequently recommended, and we have recommended that on the show.
Yes. Or Founders All Day IPA.
That's around 147 calories, right?
Yeah, it's not too big. It's only 4.7%.
And it is a full flavored session IPA. And we've talked about this beer on the show before, and it's definitely one I would recommend. Lastly, we did this last episode or the episode before. We did Dogfish Head's 30-minute light IPA. Light's in the name. It is a crushable beer designed to deliver that same dogfish flavor. The hops without the guilt, 95 calories, 3.6 carbs. So there you go. There's 4 that you can drink, and you don't have to sacrifice taste. Now, what about if you don't want a beer? What about if you want a mixed drink that doesn't suck? Well, here you go. Vodka, soda, and lime, 95 calories. It's just vodka, soda water, lime. There's no sugar. It's just crisp, clean. And you can even add a cucumber or mint if, that's what you want to do.
Or tequila, soda, and lime. It's only around 100 calories, and it's only 1.5 ounces of tequila, soda water, and lime.
And if you use a splash of grapefruit,
yeah,
it's a skinny Paloma.
There you go.
And finally, my favorite one I usually drink every weekend, gin and diet tonic. Real simple. Gin, diet tonic, calories about 120, if that. Regular tonic is really sugary, so if you go with diet or you use soda water and a splash of tonic for balance, you're cutting things way down and you're eliminating sugar out of your diet, which is always a good thing.
Put a little good squeeze of lime in there.
Yeah.
And
a little
it's
skirt.
delicious.
Yeah, it is. And refreshing, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a couple drinks. There's a couple beers. And when we come back, we are going to go to the Hooch Wagon Brew Fest that was held last weekend in Eckley Miners Village. It's right down the road from us. And wait till you see what we discovered. So much fun. And then later in the show, we have Lisa Marie from the Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival coming on to talk all about what's going on next month at City View Park. Like I said, we have a packed show. There's more to come. Don't go away. We hit the first ever Hooch Wagon Brew Fest as it rolled into Eckley Miners Village Saturday, July 12th, bringing a spirited blend of history and hops to one of Pennsylvania's most unique historic sites. Attendees had the chance to sample a wide variety of offerings from local craft breweries, wineries, and cideries. Many vendors set up shop among the 19th century buildings, allowing guests to sip while strolling through the same streets coal miners once walked. The first thing we did was check in with some of the vendors to see what was on tap and to learn a little bit more about them.
Stinky Swamp Ape is made with marijuana terpenes. There's no THC in it, but you open the bottle and you're going to smell like big, heavy notes of cannabis. It's very dank. The hop level is like 90 IBUs. Super, super smooth beer. You drink like 2 or 3 of them before you realize it's 7%. And the Wyoming Valley Homebrewers Association is celebrating their 30-year anniversary. So we decided to collaborate with them, and we brewed a beer with them a couple of weeks ago. We just bottled this one yesterday. It's a pale ale. We named it I Drink What I Brew, because that's what homebrewers do. We brew beer and we drink it.
We specialize in folk wines, and that's a term that we came up with, I believe. We coined it because the wines and ciders that we make are often reminiscent of what your grandparents might have made, or your father or mother years ago, from the fruits and flowers sometimes that they had available growing in their backyard. So we try to do everything as naturally as possible. And what that sometimes means is it takes a little bit longer. It might be more labor intensive. Things might need a little bit longer to cook.
So ACM's apiary is a beekeeping business that has a winery attached to it. So I started out as a beekeeper, and afterwards, when I realized I had so much honey I couldn't sell it all, I thought about what to do, and I decided to make mead. So that is how I ended up with a winery attached to the beekeeping business. What I do is that even when I make my regular wines, I would actually use honey to back sweeten them as my signature. But the meats are just straight up honey from start to finish.
You know, right here at this festival, we have our Here's to You Ma, which is just a base Belgian ale, but we brewed it with hops that produce lemon flavors and berry flavors, and then we hit it with lemon puree and raspberry puree, and it tastes like Fruit Loops.
So we have a boring banana bread here, which tastes like banana bread. We have our Mutant Serum, which is our hazy IPA. That's our flagship. Those two are part of the original ones that we had.
Today we have our blonde ale. We have a Kip Island, which is a hazy IPA. We brewed that one, I guess, in honor of the one of the islands at Lake Wallenpaupack, Kip Island, which has nesting eagles on it. So we do that. And then we have Brooks Drift, which is a wheat ale that we've done in support of the Brooks Mine in Scranton. When I hear beer, I think of our blonde ale, because that's what it should be. It's not super hoppy, it's not real malty, but it has some nice flavor to it, and it's just a nice, clean, crisp, and that's the feedback we've been getting today.
Of course, we did our fair share of sampling.
Right outside of Mutant Brewing, and we're gonna try their banana bread. It's called boring banana bread.
Boring banana
I don't think it's boring though. Did you try it yet?
I did. It's not boring.
Okay, well I'm gonna try it. I don't like bananas, you know that.
I'm
I don't
aware.
like bananas, but I like banana flavored beer. This is really good.
It's good, right?
And I've been told by Mutant Brewing, starting to rain. I've been told by Mutant Brewing, this is what everyone's asking for, and they're almost out of it. So, and we gotta find shelter because it is raining. We're gonna go.
Okay, rain started again, so we took refuge underneath the Hoppin' Eagle tent here, the Hoppin' Eagle Brewing Company. So we're going to try their blonde ale, which I was told is one of our flagship beers, and they always say, if you're new to craft beer, you should try a blonde ale. Most people do say that, and I have to agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this Hoppin' Eagle blonde ale.
Ooh, yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
See, you know how she is.
It's my thing.
If she didn't like it, she'd be like, oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
great.
you know.
This is really good. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. A blonde ale.
That's smooth.
Look at the color, nice and smooth, but there's a little crispiness at the end.
Yeah.
This is good. Excellent blonde ale.
Mhm.
Like I always told people on the show, if you don't like craft beer, you're not looking hard enough. Because there's something for everyone with craft beer. Don't settle for, those, macro brews. No. If you want a blonde ale, if you want something lighter, Yeah, that's what a
craft
blonde
doesn't
ale.
just mean hops.
That's true. That's just, especially for her. Craft doesn't mean hops.
Yes.
When speaking with development manager Chris Stokeham, he said the idea was to create a fun, immersed experience that connects local brewing culture with the village's colorful past.
I mean, there's no place like this in Pennsylvania, but also in the country. This is the best preserved mining town of its period, the 19th century, nationwide. And so it's really a special place. You get a sense of the dynamism, the variety of the life here. And so it's a great opportunity for somebody that maybe doesn't have a pre-existing interest in anthracite mining to come out because they are interested in the beer and like the beer, and then learn a little bit something of the history of our region. I mean, the story of Ackley is the story of Jetto, and it's the story of Hazleton, it's the story of the Wyoming Valley. And so it's really a special opportunity for us to tell that story to a new audience that we haven't had before.
I have never been here, but being here today has actually kind of like inspired me to look more into what went on here, because I never knew that miners and their families actually had lived here like for so long, and they still have a few of them still here.
Now, in between samplings, we were also able to learn a little bit more about how life once was in this historic mining town.
I'm here today because my grandmother was raised in this house. I'm tying this in with the Hooch Fest because when she got married in 1931, there was a huge celebration. My grandmother had an enormous wedding party. There were 23 people in her wedding party. And my great-grandmother began to prepare for this wedding 1 year in advance. She made all homemade beer, wine, and even spirits. They had a reception that continued for 3 days. The last of the people that lived here was my great-uncle George, who was a graduate of Columbia University, moved to Washington, D.C., and taught for courses at the Pentagon. But he only stayed a few years because he missed Ackley and actually moved back. He became a professor at Wilkes University for nearly 40 years, and he was kind of the town historian until he passed. He lived in this house, as I said, till 2013.
We also got to talk to Douglas Andrew Miller from the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission, and he told us a lot of the new craft beer styles aren't really that new and modern and have their roots in centuries-old beer making.
The Pilgrims actually used slices of dried pumpkin to boost their beer. We think pumpkin beer is a modern thing. Nope, it's been around for almost 400 years. IPAs go back to when the British Army is fighting to subdue India, and the British actually ship beer from England to their troops in India. By the time it reaches the troops, it's spoiled. So they're like, okay, we're going to move English brewers to India. And it still spoils because of the climate in India. But they knew that hops was a preservative. So they started double and triple hop their beer, and it picked up the nickname of the India Pale Ale, or IPA, that we have today. IPAs have been around for at least 275 years.
There was a lot of different styles we tried today, a lot of weird beers.
Yes, I love weird beer.
That's true. And you know us, you know the show.
Try anything.
Yeah, we do love weird beers. Thank you, everyone. And I want to thank all the breweries, the wineries, and cideries for coming out and supporting this, because we need more things like this in our community.
And they were all great.
They were.
Just great people in general.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So there you go. There's a road stop for this episode of Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Hello, everyone, and I am not at the bar room. I'm down the street at the W Island Studios with Lisa Marie. So let's talk about the Wine and Beer Festival, because this is like one thing I look forward to every year. And I do double duty. The band's going to play. Desiree and I will be running around with a camera, talking to vendors, craft breweries, wineries, distilleries.
Tons of your fans.
Yes.
You have tons of fans. Come on.
I do love when they do say hi. And so if you do see us, don't be afraid to say hi. And also, don't be afraid to say hi to Lisa, because she's helping organize all this. And let's talk a little bit about it. If someone didn't know, and it'd be weird if they didn't know, but if they didn't know,
hey, it happens.
What's going on?
So we are having our 15th annual Wine and Beer Fest, like you said, on Saturday, August 23rd. And it's going to be held up at City View Park on Poplar Street in Hazleton. And it's going to be from noon until 6. If you need more information, you go to Hazleton Rotary Facebook page, Hazleton Rotary webpage. We're going to have tons of information, updates on, of course, wonderful wineries and breweries. But I brought a little list, if you don't mind. I'd just like to say a couple of that are going to be there.
Absolutely.
So we're going to have Revere Brewery, Shawnee Craft, Groove Brewing, thanks to you.
Yeah.
You brought them on
Our
board.
buddy Ed Generos, he's a great guy, Hazletonian.
Yeah. Berwick Brewing, I know tonight is their last night that we're taping this, is their last night in their showroom, but they're still going to do some distribution. So there's a possibility Berwick Brewing might bring some of their beer up there. So
Well, that's great, because they're always a big hit.
Absolutely. And then we have Cunningham Brewery, of course. We have Sango Cura, and that is a sake.
I was reading about that. I'm really interested in trying this because I don't have enough sake in my life.
Well, I have a bottle that I brought literally from Japan that I still haven't opened yet, and that's like 10 years ago I was in Japan. So if we open it, you and Desiree are going to be part of that bottle.
I'm fine with that.
Is that good with that?
I'm not gonna say no.
All right. And Harry Guys. Have you been to Harry Guys in
Yes.
Jim's Farm?
Yes, I have.
I
yeah.
love that. Yeah. Union Public House is right next door. So if you get a chance to have a cool meal, Taco Wednesdays are awesome. I'm just saying.
Well, Jim Thorpe as a whole is a wonderful town, and
Yeah.
anytime we could get down there, we do.
Absolutely. Now, let's get to the wine. That's a little bit more my thing. Cellar Beast.
Awesome.
I remember they came maybe 3 years ago, and they're like, we want back. So they've been coming again every year.
And they've been on the show a few times, too, actually.
have they?
Yeah, very good wine.
So then we have Deep Roots Hard Cider. G&P Winery. They're coming back, as always. Jackass Distillery, of course. Rowan Asher. And then, of course, our Three Dogs Vino are going to be there as well.
I was just talking to them last weekend.
Were you?
Great people.
Yeah, Joe and I were down there too. We stop and see them once in a while. Now we are, I think, going to be adding a meadery up from in Monroe County. They don't have a physical store yet, but they've been doing it. They've been bottling it. They've been selling it. So this will be their initial hello to our area about their meadery. So
I'll say if anyone hasn't tried any kind of mead before, I say do it because it's a little different than what you're used to as far as alcoholic beverages, but it's so good.
Yeah.
I like mead. Makes me feel like a Viking. And there's going to be a ton of food there too.
Yes, we're going to have our food trucks. We're going to have the craft vendors. We're going to have our tricky trays. And we are, of course, our 2 huge baskets of cheer that we usually have there as well. So it's going to be fun. Now, the one thing I do want to give you for your show are 2 tickets to give out to your audience.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them to you.
All right, there you go.
And if you follow our Hazleton Rotary Facebook page and our event for the Wine and Beer Festival, in probably the middle of August before the event, I'm going to be giving away 2 sets of 2 tickets too. So follow us and see what's going on, and we hope to see you.
Yeah, there's going to be a few chances to get free tickets. You're going to have to do something for them. You're going to have to follow our Facebook page, follow the Rotary page, stuff like that. But we will thank you for these 2. We're going to give out 2 tickets.
Absolutely. Oh, and I forgot to mention, we have entertainment.
How could you forget about the entertainment?
Entertainment, I know. So, of course, you guys, Ostrich Hat has been there since the beginning of our Wine and Beer Festival. And we can't thank you guys enough. You've always been supportive and always helping us get the word out. Boots and Bangs, country music this year.
Great guys, great
Who doesn't
band.
like country music?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little country, we're going to have a little rock and roll. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Boots and Bangs, they're a fantastic band. I can't say enough good things about them. I know most of them. I've known most of them for a long time. Some veteran musicians in that band, and I don't think you could get a better country band in the area. Sorry.
Now,
I like them.
The only other thing, how do you get the tickets other than winning them?
How do you get the tickets?
You can see any Rotarian. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to anyone who's a Rotarian. You can go on Ticket Leap, $20 ahead of the gates opening. When the gates open, it's $25. We do have the designated driver and anyone from 13 up to 21 for $5 at the door. So we're only selling the drinking tickets, if you will.
So this is an all-age event.
It is.
So, and that's a great thing too, because even if you're not a drinker, even if you're you know, you don't like craft beer, you don't really like wine, you don't really like spirits, you could still come enjoy the entertainment, the food, and the camaraderie of the Hazleton community, really.
Absolutely.
For $5. Every year this gets bigger, it gets better, and hopefully there's no end in sight with this, because I think every year it's a success.
Absolutely. Thanks to you guys too.
Well,
Seriously.
hey, we try. Anything like this that I could even remotely attach to what we do on the show, I'm going to promote, because the more great things we have in northeastern Pennsylvania, the better.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Next time you get to hang out at the bar with me and Des.
With the sake.
With the sake, yes.
Love it.
All right, so August 23rd,
August 23rd.
noon to 6
Noon to 6.
at City View Park in Hazleton.
Yep. Ticket Leap, Hazleton Rotary. Follow us on Facebook. You'll know all the information you need to know.
Well, that's all the time we have on Wine Hops and Road Stops. I hope you enjoyed the road stop to Eckley Miners Village and the Hooch Wagon Brew Fest.
That was a blast.
It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Everyone there was great. And again, going forward in August, it's kind of like the cap off of the summer. Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival at City View Park. Looking forward to that, like we do every year. So if you like what we do, Facebook.com/winehops and road stops is our Facebook page. Join the group, and of course, more importantly, you got to join our YouTube page. You have to subscribe to that in order to win the 2 tickets to the Hazleton Rotary Wine and Beer Festival. When we post it onto our Facebook page, you have to comment on that too.
Absolutely.
There's the rules right there, and the rules will be on our Facebook page too. But you have to be subscribed to our YouTube page, or you're not getting the tickets. That's it. All right. We don't even have any. We have this. This is what we have in front of us. I'd say life is too short to drink bad Fireball, but it's Fireball, so whatever. Just drink it with someone you love. We'll see you next time on Wine Hops and Road Stops. Bye. Are you done?